Hello Pisces, welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. Thanks to all for being here. July is a really cool month. We have a lot of astrological transits happening. We have a Venus retrograde going on. We have a nodal transit going on. Chiron is retrograding as well. So I think it's going to be kind of an eventful month, but it's going to be really, really good at the same time for most of us. So these videos are tarot predictions, so be sure to watch your sun, moon, or rising sign, whichever resonates with you the most. If you're here for love, you can also check out your Venus sign. I will be posting astrology videos as well, but I'm going to start posting those around the middle of the month so we can kind of cover the transition from one sign into the next. So in that video, I will absolutely be talking at length about the Venus retrograde, the nodal transits, and all the other things that are going on. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you want to be notified, please be sure to hit the little subscribe button with the little bell so you can see that notification. I've been getting so many messages of people asking me, Jane, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And I've been here. So just make sure you hit that because I think some people just aren't seeing my videos pop up. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading. You guys know I love you. Have an amazing month. Take care. Hello Pisces, welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. So let's go ahead and get started with the Magician. Okay, beautiful. So there's an element of manifestation or the initiation of certain manifestations, and manifestation just simply being defined as things you hope to bring into reality, goals you hope to achieve. And when the Magician comes out, it feels like a new wave of intention, a new wave of desire is coming through your physical vessel. And your desire to create and grow and develop and prosper is blossoming. So this is a beginning stage. However, it is a powerful beginning stage. And usually the desires that come up through this Magician period, they don't just go away. Now, one of the things that I've been talking about since last month, since Gemini season, I've been talking a lot about Gemini and Cancer and how these two zodiac signs are so critical when it comes to manifestation, because this is where our head and our heart have the opportunity to come together. Our brainstorming happens under Gemini and our heart aligns throughout Cancer. And whatever idea the heart attaches to is likely the idea that comes to life throughout Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio and Sag. Okay? So this is a time to pay attention to what your heart is really saying, because it's probably connecting or attaching to an idea that has been floating around your head for quite some time. And that is the seed. That is the beginning of a true manifestation. And usually when we do it that way, it doesn't feel like you're forcing yourself to do something just because whatever, you want the money or whatever. But it feels more like a calling. It feels more like it is aligned with your soul, and therefore it is more likely to actually come to fruition. So, we'll see what else comes out, but it does feel like a time for Pisces to pay attention to the beauty that is channeling through you right now. Okay, because a lot of the new things that are coming through in 2023, they're going to have a period of going in and out before they really hold. It might be a couple of years, but we are developing new things right now in order to replace the old. So this is not just like, just another, it's just another idea that I'm not going to finish, even though, again, it might not officially take hold and grow really fast right away. It may take a couple of years, but it is something powerful nonetheless, regardless of how long it actually takes to come to fruition. So Page of Cups coming out in the environment. I like this energy. It's soft, it's easy, it's fluid. There's not a lot of pressure, not a lot of demands coming through here. This could be a friend, could be a lover, whatever the case is. This is someone who I think will really match your optimism and your hope for things. While this doesn't feel like the best person to go to for advice and counsel, sometimes we just need someone to just be in our corner. And I think a Page of Cups is absolutely going to be in your corner, especially when you're just kind of talking about, hey, I'm thinking about really doing this. I'm thinking about really making this happen and bringing this to life. What do you think? And they'll be like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I love that. It fits you. It suits you. It's, whatever. And they'll just be supportive. And maybe that's what Pisces needs right now. Maybe you don't need a devil's advocate who's going to walk you through all you got to pay attention to this. You got to pay attention to this. Maybe you don't need that, because in the Magician, you probably don't want that, because something can end before it even begins. But this is going to help feed the life, and it's going to come from an external source. It's going to come from someone that, you like. You like them. They're a good person. They have value in your life, and they are going to be a good cheerleader for you in the beginning stages. Because maybe what you need is that validation or reassurance that this is not something fleeting, or it's not something random, because it's not random, even though it might feel that way. It's not random that you want to do it. It's not random that it's popping up in your mind over and over and over again, and that your heart is calling towards it. All right. No one is really anyone. Well, I don't want to say no one, but people who are really paying attention to their soul and their self-awareness and their healing and their traumas and all of that. People who are paying attention to that stuff, they're manifesting from a much, much, much bigger place than the lower human mind and ego. All right. But sometimes we just need to hear it from someone else that we're not being ridiculous or something. Sometimes that makes us feel better. It makes us feel like we're definitely in the right place. And sometimes that's all we need in order to take the next step. Three of Swords. The Fool. And the Hanged Man. Now, the Three of Swords is interesting. I don't know, maybe that's driving. It kind of feels like, as this is the very first card to come out, it feels like this is the source for everything that's happening. Now, this might be old. This doesn't necessarily have to be fresh. This could be something that happened last year, a few years ago, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is that this is what is propelling you. And I see the Fool coming in right after. It's like you don't want to be here anymore, and you feel ready to completely open yourself up to whatever possibilities. And if that aligns with whatever is, channeling through you right now, coursing through your body and in your heart and in your mind, then so be it. I don't think the Fool is casting judgment toward anything right now. You're not casting judgment because you want to do something. It's more just like, well, how can I make it happen? And there's excitement and enthusiasm here. The Fool wants to just jump right in, but then the Hanged Man says, take your time. There may be a desire to rush. That's possible, a desire to rush and push. That might be one negative of the Page of Cups, that they may just say, just do it, just do it, just do it. And you might get a little ahead of yourself. I do urge people, I'm urging everyone to take their time with things. Jupiter in Taurus is really demanding stability, and I don't want to see anyone just completely pulling the rug out from under themselves right now. Because if you do that, it's going to be really stressful, and unless you have the resources, of course. But, I just don't want to see anyone pulling the plug on something prematurely just because you're so, just so ahead of yourself. What I see with the Hanged Man is like an easy, fluid process. You are being walked through something. It's bigger than what you think it is. All right. It's more profound than you think it is. It's more complicated than you think it is logistically from an energetic standpoint. There are things that are going to need to be removed, things that are going to need to be added, right? Because once we have that Magician intention and manifestation, boom, there it is, and we can't get it out of our system. Things need to start rearranging in our lives. And rearrangement is a long process. The earth component, the earth element is always the last to show up. Because your head and your heart, boom, can do it like immediately. Your spirit can do it immediately. But when you start taking actions, it's like those wheels just have to squeak and groan before they can build any type of momentum. So just know that you're kind of in that squeaky wheel, just initial push phase. And there is rearrangement happening that is so far out of your control and out of your purview. It's not even in your consciousness yet. All right. And it may require some loss, but it's all starting to happen. Something is being birthed from Pisces right now. And it's a beautiful thing and it's wonderful, but please do not rush. This is a card of delay and suspension. It's like the more and more you try to rush with something, probably the more and more resistance you can expect. So this is about going with the flow. And I know that sounds like a cheesy, overplayed phrase, but it doesn't, just because everyone says, oh, just go with the flow, doesn't mean it doesn't have meaning. When you really think about it, go with the flow. You're just kind of, you're in a paddle boat, you take the oars out and you let the river take you. And you're just going to be operating at the speed of the river, whether it's fast or slow. Okay? So it's going to have fluctuations, especially during Cancer season right now. All right, what else for Pisces? 6 of Coins, 7 of Swords, 8 of Cups. All right, yes, the 8 of Cups does not surprise me because this coincides a lot. And this card is probably going to continue to come out over and over and over. Please don't be surprised by the 8 of Cups ever. Because with Pluto going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius over the next couple of years and Saturn being in Pisces, there's just a lot that is unraveling right now. There's a lot that is dissolving and disintegrating and being left in the dust of the past. We are just, and I don't even know that this is even a struggle, the 8 of Cups. It's just something that's naturally happening. I don't know that there's a big fight with this. In fact, it just kind of feels like the most natural thing in the world. You're just moving on. You're just living your life, and the past gets further and further and further behind you. With the Six of Coins, it indicates, I don't know, maybe you need to hear like whatever goes out is going to come in. So if you need to invest something into something right now, well, don't worry, it'll come in. If you need to expend resources, the resources will come back. This is one of the beautiful things about the universe is when you create a void, that void needs to be filled. So whatever goes out will absolutely come back. So hopefully you're not afraid, even though I'm telling you you don't have control over everything right now, and you do have control over small things. So with this new manifestation, if you are wanting to explore and get creative and get your hands dirty and play, especially as we come in through Leo season, then by all means, please do all of that. All right. If you need to buy some stuff, if you need to travel somewhere, if you need to talk to someone, please do all of it. It will pay back handsomely. I don't like the fact that the 7 of Swords is smack dab in the middle. This card can be a myriad of things. It can be a self-betrayal, self-sabotage, self-abandonment. It can be betrayal on the part of another person, a shady person around you, that kind of thing. This probably has a lot to do with Chiron retrograde, which is happening on the 23rd. All right, that Chiron retrograde in your second house is likely going to hit you where it hurts the most. Your self-respect, your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-value. And this one card alone can single-handedly pull down all the power of the magician and the fool. This is what hangs people up all the time. The self-doubt, the actions of another person, whatever. And I've been starting to use the phrase self-abandonment as well. See, when the Magician comes out, it means you're connected with your sense of self, your higher sense of self, not your ego, okay? You're connected with that. But your little mind gets in the way, and it reminds you of your traumas. It reminds you of that one time when you were in 6th grade and everyone laughed at you, and it reminds you of all those little things, how ridiculous you are and how you can't do it, and da-da-da-da-da, and it plays and plays and plays and plays, and it gets us to not do these things sometimes. So this is one of those moments where you're going to have to recognize what's happening when it's happening, and then do it anyway. And this is one of the things that's being cleared out by the Hanged Man. And in order for it to get cleared out, there has to be a conscious choice on Pisces' part to act in spite of this, to allow this to be something that is going to dissolve and disintegrate in the Eight of Cups process, in this moving on process. Very normal for things like this to surface when we are progressing and moving on. And Pluto coming back into Capricorn, as I've been saying, it's highly likely that things from the past will come back, not for the sake of us to revive them, but to finally be able to walk away from them for good, especially if they've been lingering on in our life for like 15 or plus or more years. Okay, Aquarius is a zodiac sign of detachment. A lot of detachment comes through here to a degree, and it's an opportunity. We get to detach from things like this. Okay, and it's like we don't even want to hang on, like not even a chance. All right, what else? Okay, beautiful. I'm loving collaboration for you. This is Jupiter in the 3rd house, Sun in the 5th, Mars coming into the 7th. A lot of social activity, a lot of connecting with other people. 3 of Coins is always just so beneficial. And this could be a romantic situation, all right, which is going really positively. I'm seeing compatibility, I'm seeing soulmate qualities, and I'm also seeing like shared visions, like the two of you are wanting to build similar things. So it's not just like chemistry, it's not just passion, it's true compatibility, true shared values, and true shared trajectory. And it's a very rare mix. So if you are looking for love or developing a new relationship right now, things seem positive with this. One of the reasons for this, though, I think is just because you're in such a good place. Hopefully, I really hope you are. Some Pisceans might be here in the 3 of Swords, but this is a chance for you to get out to some degree. All right, to get out of that 3 of Swords place and embrace the Fool, embrace the excitement and the enthusiasm for what could possibly be next for you. And then you kind of, I do think, like, as much as this is just a beginning, I do think you actually do begin. I think you are getting your hands into it. You're talking to people. You're researching it. You're looking at all different things. You're actually beginning the projects, whatever it is. I don't think Pisces is just sitting idle, even though, like, this is saying there's going to be delays. I'm not saying you're doing nothing with that. You're still living your life. You're still showing up every day. It's just that with the Hanged Man, you can take all of the really big things off your plate and you can just focus on the small stuff. And a big reason for this is Mars in Virgo, okay? Plus also Venus retrograde in the 6th house. The small things is where it's at right now. Once we get into Sagittarius territory, Capricorn, Aquarius, and even Pisces later on, it'll be a different story. But right now we just focus on the here and now and in this moment. Talk to people, brainstorm, get all sorts of counsel, whatever it is you need to do. I'm seeing such incredible positive reinforcement, and I even love that with the Knight of Wands. If this is not a love reading and this is just like, friendship or building a new business or whatever, a Knight of Wands can be so fantastic because it does have the enthusiasm and optimism that you also have. But there's also just like a quality that makes it fun, right? Like this is supposed to be a fun thing. It's a fun process. It's not supposed to be heavy. It's not supposed to be like drudgery, like you're working your butt off every day. No, it's like you love what you do, so it doesn't feel like work. You love what you do, so you wake up with a jump in the morning and it makes you excited. You're like, I get to do this. Everything feels like an opportunity rather than something that you're carrying so much weight on your shoulders all the time. I don't see heaviness here. If you're used to heaviness in your life and you're used to feeling the burden of so many things, that's a part of something that's kind of going by the wayside for you, or at least it's trying to. And that Eight of Cups is, you're being pulled into a new way of life, and you can start to learn how to leave that kind of stuff behind and live an easier life, one that is a little bit more passionate, or a lot more passionate. It comes with this alignment. It all starts with this alignment. Okay, let's pull out an oracle card. What else does Pisces need to know for the month of July? Light. Beautiful. This is like a sun card. All right. So there's a lot of positivity. The light is shining down on you. Now, if you're like listening to this and thinking I'm a crazy person because you don't have any magician stuff going on, again, it's probably because there's still something too heavy here. And the way to rectify that is to just take some time alone in nature, to talk to new and different types of people, to do your meditations, to exercise, to get in your body, to clean your house, to do like the small things to get your life together, to make you feel like you're put together. Right? If you don't know what the heck this is, just spend this time putting your life together, cleaning out your car, cleaning out your garage, cleaning out that closet that has been driving you crazy, cleaning out your desk at work, cleaning out your desktop, or your files in your documents folder, whatever it is. Clean it out. Clean it out. All right? The light is shining, or it's trying to shine down on you. Okay. So we have some clarifiers to pull out for the comprehensive reading. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. The link for the comprehensive will be found in the description box down below. So let's start with the Magician. What else does Pisces need to know? The Knight of Swords. Yeah, I was kind of afraid that guy was going to show up. 10 of Wands. Yeah. It's kind of reiterating a lot of what I just said. And the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Love that. All right. And now the environment. What else does Pisces need to know? We have the Star. Beautiful. 10 of Cups and the Two of Coins. This is what I mean. You are so well supported right now for being guided on a path that's going to lead you to like this fairy tale life. Three of Swords. What else? Queen of Swords. Chariot. Ooh, those look weirdly similar. And the Tower. Ooh, okay. And for the Fool, Three of Swords. All right, that Three of Swords is really driving a lot. Death and an Ace of Swords. My goodness, so many swords pointed up toward the sky with that. First two. Okay, Nine of Wands. Four of Coins. Temperance. Beautiful. Two of Wands. Eight of Wands. Six of Swords. Now for the Seven of Swords. Six of Wands. Two of Swords. Beautiful. Love it. Empress. And then we have the Moon, to be expected. Seven of Wands. And the Six of Cups again. Five of Swords. Eight of Swords. King of Coins. Knight of Swords. Another Sun. I'm trying to decide if I like that Knight of Swords or not. High Priestess. I can't quite tell. The Wheel of Fortune. Of course. The Emperor. Had a feeling he was going to come out with some good cards, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, exactly. Not even a surprise. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, please do so. All the info down below. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing July, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.